Minister Preet Kaur Gill.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. And in the short time I have, I'm going to try and answer all of those questions put to me. Well, firstly, can I say I'm grateful for the contributions by honourable members, and I really want to say thank you to the Chair of the Health and Social Care Committee on securing this debate. The UK-US pharmaceuticals arrangement is an important step forwards for patient access to innovation and the future of our life sciences sector. This arrangement is fundamentally about patients. It's ensuring that they can get benefit from life-changing medicines as they are developed, rather than the UK being left behind. And we have already seen the benefit from these changes, with NICE approving life-changing treatments such as varasidenib, a brain cancer drug for patients as young as 12. The UK's life sciences sector is one of our greatest national strengths. It saves lives, it supports jobs, and it underpins innovation across our economy. I am proud that thanks to this arrangement, the United Kingdom will be the only country in the world to have secured a commitment to tariff-free access for pharmaceutical exports into the United States. Now, the chair of the committee raised NICE, she raised VPAG changes and rebates, and my honourable friend from Hayes and Hollington also raised a number of issues, as did my honourable friend for York Central. So let me actually address all of these. On the Joint Government and Industry Task Force, there has been a joint task force which has been discussing the options for continuing to evolve our system to ensure that we do maximise benefits to patients and the economy. They will make recommendations on pilot programmes as per the UK-US arrangement commitment, and I look forward to providing an update to the committee on this in due course. On NICE independence, I know that there's been concern that these changes undermine the independence of NICE, but that is not the case. And let me just be clear about that. NICE will continue to make its recommendations based on evidence, clinical effectiveness and value for money, free from political interference. The change will allow ministers to set the overall threshold within which NICE operates, not to determine individual decisions, and this preserves NICE's core role as an independent evaluator while ensuring that the framework that it uses reflects how we value innovation and patient benefit. And I don't accept also, I know there was a concern raised about the UK commitments are larger than the US. Well, I don't agree that they are. The UK has made policy changes to improve access for patients, while the US has committed to tariff protection for UK exports, which is significant given the scale of that market. And these commitments do deliver improved patient access in the UK and protection for UK exports. I'm trying to get through all of these questions as quickly. I will shortly. On the VBAG changes and rebates, alongside changes to NICE recommendations, the arrangement affects how pricing and repayment mechanisms operate through the voluntary scheme for branded medicines, pricing, access and growth. To ensure predictability for the industry going forwards, given the unexpectedly high payment percentage for newer medicines for 2025, the government has committed to ensuring future VPAG rates do not exceed 15%. This will support life sciences investment and patient access to medicines, while it will ensure the scheme can continue to work for both industry and the NHS, keeping the medicines budget sustainable. So I do look forward to engagement with the sector on the future of the voluntary scheme, with negotiations due to begin next year, informed by the outcomes or interim findings from pilot programmes that will launch as early as this September. I will give way.
Save a lot of time simply by publishing the impact assessment, which will answer every single one of those questions she's trying to find in the folder. So will she, yes or no?
Going to, with respect, answer the questions that have been put to me by many honourable members, and I'm coming to the point of the impact assessment. We have been clear that the estimated short-term impact is around £1 billion in England over the spending review period. Costs will increase over time as NICE approves more medicines, but precise long-term costs cannot be modelled as a single figure. They depend on future medicines, NICE approvals, uptake, and of course wider commercial developments. I know that honourable members did raise with me a number of figures. Can I just say that I don't recognise the 9 billion and the 14 billion cost figure. Spending on innovative medicines increases year on year as new treatments become available, and so underlying growth would be expected to continue regardless of this arrangement, and the figures cited publicly often actually do not take this into account. We're committed to increasing spending on medicines as a proportion of NHS spend, ending the recent decline in the proportion of health spend dedicated to medicines and increasing spending on innovative medicines to 0.6% of GDP. I want to come to the point that the Honourable Member, my friend, the Chair of the DSIC Committee and the Member for North West Cambridgeshire mentioned, and I think it's a really important point. Life sciences is one of our most productive sectors. It underpins research and development, clinical trials and high-value manufacturing, and it supports jobs across the country. And over $1 billion in industry investments have already been secured since the announcement of this arrangement in December last year, including AstraZeneca's recent announcement of a $300 million investment into Cambridge and Macclesfield R&D sites. This demonstrates the confidence this key sector has in the UK. Maintaining a strong commercial environment helps ensure continued investment and the development of new treatments. This is not separate for patient benefit. It is what enables the pipeline of new medicines that NHS patients ultimately rely on. I will.
Frustrated. Everything she's saying is in the press release. Can she please answer the question? Will the government release the impact assessment? And if they won't, will they at least allow a select committee to see it confidentially?
Running out of time, so as brief as you can.
Can I just say I do recognise the committee's request for the impact assessment, but that analysis is scenario-based. It contains commercially sensitive assumptions and remains linked to live policy development. Officials should be able to produce confidential advice for ministers to inform trade and other negotiations, and we will not apologise for maintaining such confidentiality. We're doing so is in the national interest. Thank you.